Yeah, man, and some boy dead under the treatment. Kick it off a King Kong attack. Yeah, man, big up the whole Obamas and the world. Away them on who on ya. Away them on who on ya. Whoa, DJ Legend Trumbo, ya.
You want to talk about upsets? You want to talk about people selling games? Let's talk about Game 1 of the WNBA Finals in New York City. So, the Minnesota Lynx upset the New York City Liberty in overtime by 2 points. So now, let's talk about, the rest of the finals, because I think this finals is pretty much over with, honestly. Game 1 is going to be the best game of the series. I think the New York Liberty got woken up. I think they're going to stay awake this time around because I personally feel as if they're a way better team. They have the size, they have the guard play as well. They have the experience. They was in the finals last year and they lost. So I think this year it's going to be a whole different scenario. So I'm happy the Minnesota Lynx upset them in Game 1 because now it makes the series interesting, right? So let's talk about the sales job that the New York Liberty did in Game 1 at home in front of their home crowd. They was up almost 20 points and about 15 points at least twice during that game. And while they were up, they got lazy. Started to get ahead of themselves, psychologically thinking, shit's sweet, so we could just do whatever we gotta do, use the talent, instead of actually still playing the game and respecting the game the way the Minnesota Lynx respected the game. So, but shout out to Minnesota Lynx, Williams, she came clutch. She was attacking the paint the whole game, putting pressure on the bigs, with John Quayle Jones and Brianna Stewart, but shout out to them. They did their job. They stole a game on the road. Now there's 4 games left. I personally think it's only 3 games left, but hey, that's a different story. But yeah, so New York, you have the size advantage. You have the skill set. You have 4 players, so there are 3 players who are legit players. And I just think, after that game, it's going to be a no mercy type of environment moving forward. New York is going to dismantle them in Game 2, by at least 10 points. It's going to be up to 15 to 20 at some point during the game, but towards the end of the game, New York Liberty will be winning by at least 10 points in Game 2. Now, when they travel to Minnesota, that Game 3 is going to be the biggest game for New York moving forward. Because if they lose that game, it's definitely going to 5 games. And, I'm still going with New York to win this series because, they lost last year. And they just that game was just careless. They just gave the game away, just thinking shit was sweet. And this is the WNBA Finals, So you have to respect your opponent always. And that's how I feel about this series. So let's just talk about a little bit of keys of victory for the series moving forward for the losers of Game 1, the New York Liberty. Attack the paint, feed the bigs early, consistently, put them in foul trouble. They're little munchkins compared to the Liberty, man. They're small French fries. You know what I'm saying? Small French fries. So, attack the paint, limit the turnovers. When you get up by 15 and 20, you start to get a little lackadaisical and thinking and getting careless with the ball and stuff like that. And stop Williams in the pick and roll and keep her away from the paint. Once you do that, easy. 1-2. Now, the Lynx keys to victory for this series, which is going to be very difficult because you got to win 3 games doing the same formula. Attack the bigs. Get them in foul trouble early, just like how Stewie was in foul trouble for the first quarter. You have to attack them early. Get them out of rhythm, out of sync, out of character. And obviously limit the turnovers. That's just common sense, And just keep the tempo pushing, because they're smaller, so they're faster. They have more endurance from the looks of game one, and just keep pushing the tempo, keep attacking the bigs, keep them in foul trouble, and they'll have a great chance of winning the series. But I honestly have New York Liberty win the series 3-1. Minnesota won their one game, and I think that's gonna be the only game they're gonna win.